This is Fresno's Past, a look at the pop culture environment of the city of Fresno from 1950 to 1990. And here is your host, Dale Mehl.
Thank you, Mark. Wowee! Do you recognize that song? That's the mid-50s boxing song for Gillette razors. Gillette presents Boxing. Don't know which network, but that is Look Sharp, Be Sharp from 1954, Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops Orchestra, and that hit the top 30 in 1954. We're not here to talk about boxing in the mid-50s. We're here to talk about big-time wrestling. That's what I'm talking about. Well, let's go back. It's the summer of '66. It's Tuesday night. And on KJEO TV Channel 47, from 6 to 7 p.m., it was time for big-time wrestling with your host, Walt Harris. Each Tuesday at 6 p.m., it was black and white TV magic with big-time wrestling. My brother and I in '66 decided to buy tickets to see Cowboy Billy Watts at the Salad Arena defend his championship title. You also had on the bill Pepper Gomez and Pedro Morales taking on Ray Stevens and Pat Patterson. It's a night to remember. It was literally standing room only. Yes, everybody was standing on the main floor. I don't even know who was in the seats, but on the main floor, we joined the crowd. The Blonde Bombers were there, Ray Stevens and Pat Patterson. Well, there's no information on the Fresno shows online. I just got information I found from lostfresno.com and Wikipedia on Ray Stevens and Pepper Gomez. So I'm going to work from my memory about other wrestlers that were there that I remember from big-time wrestling. Fresno was part of the West Coast NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, and there was the American Wrestling Association. And we worked in Fresno, the West Coast Stars. They traveled from Los Angeles to Bakersfield, Fresno, Sacramento, and San Francisco. The wrestlers would be in different towns, and Fresno was a great hotspot for wrestling at the Memorial Auditorium and Kearney Bowl in the early 60s. And from 66 onward, they performed at the Salad Arena. Now then, Channel 47 throughout the 60s had big-time wrestling hour programs behind their main studios on Shaw near Cedar Avenue. I remember Ray Stevens and Pat Patterson. They were the tag team, known as the Blonde Bombers, and Ray actually invented the bombs away on the top turnbuckle back in the 50s. Pepper Gomez worked solo, or he tag-teamed with various people, but we know Pedro Morales. There were masked guys such as the Destroyer and a fatter version of 325 pounds, the Spoiler. You remember someone named the Flying Red Bastille? He would wrestle the Spoiler, and Walt Harris would say, as he tried to pull the mask off the Spoiler, "He's almost got his mask off. It's above the nose. He's almost got the Spoiler's mask off. It's almost off." It never happened. The Spoiler's face was never revealed. Neither was the Destroyer. Other wrestlers include, besides Cowboy Billy Watts defending his title, Haystack Calhoun in Levi overalls. There was also featured a wrestler at 175 pounds. That was Ricky Starr doing ballet wrestling, and sometimes he actually won. Kenji Shibuya had the Claw. He would grab someone's stomach and they were in such pain, he'd win the match that way. Kalu Kalani. He was from Waikiki Beach. And people that you know, Mr. Moto, Mr. Masa Sato, the Von Braun brothers, and Rocky Johnson. I don't remember him wrestling, but that's Dwayne Johnson's dad, and Dwayne Johnson became known as The Rock. Let's talk about the wrestling moves of the 60s, shall we? The bombs away, the half Nelson, the full Nelson. The bombs away, again, was from landing on the person from the top turnbuckle, either with an elbow, as they laid in the ring completely exhausted. Boom. The Claw from Kenji Shibuya. There's also the sleeper hold. Remember that one? After the bout, we have to wake him up. We have to wake him up. And oh no, the dreaded figure 4 leg lock. That one, my brother and I tried, and then we pulled on each other, and it hurt like crazy. We said, let's get out of this, never again. The dreaded figure 4 leg lock. And then the two wrestlers crossing each other, hitting the ropes, crossing each other again until someone stopped and smacked the other guy. What was that all about? You had the eye gouge, the over-the-head body slam with the legs, the headlock. Kids and adults, don't try these moves at home, especially that figure 4 leg lock. Ray Stevens and Pepper Gomez would sometimes be tag team partners in the late 60s, and I loved the interviews on local TV after the match, as Ray called the audience just a bunch of pencil necks. I felt proud to be a Fresno pencil neck. Hey, we were all pencil necks compared to Ray Stevens. Ray Stevens passed away on May 3rd, 1996 at 60 years of age in Fairmont, California. These are some of my memories of big-time wrestling, and a little help provided from Wikipedia and lostfresno.com. Thanks for listening, and keep coming back. I'll create a lot more programs about Fresno's past.